I began my career with Porsche in 2013. I started in the one-make cups in Asia. I saw it as a direct pathway to basically a factory role. My main goal in 2013 was not to win the championship, but to win the International Cup Scholarship, which was a pathway into Europe for any young kid to be picked up with a manufacturer. Everyone from around the world has the same and equal opportunity, whether it be you race in Carrera Cup USA, Carrera Cup Germany, Carrera Cup Asia, or Carrera Cup Australia. Every Carrera Cup receives one entry into the scholarship, and then you do one day, and that was my main goal, was to be part of that scholarship and try to win that scholarship. Fortunately I did, and then I became under the mentorship of Sasha Marson and the Porsche Junior program, and this was amazing for my career and gave me all the skill set required to then make the step up in 2015 to factory role and then ultimately Le Mans. Well, I know what I was thinking back then in 2013 when I strapped into my first race. We were trying to make it race to race. We were, a new team to the series, a new driver, and what's really appealing with the series is that all the cars equipment's the same, so you don't necessarily need the best team, the biggest team. If you just know what you're doing and do the basics right and look within yourself as a driver, then you can do a great job. And my main goal at the time was to become a scholarship driver, and for me the Porsche factory drivers were on a really, really high level, and only a dream that could be in many years down the track and not in 2015. So it was super accelerated and something that I didn't expect. What's fantastic about all the Carrera Cups is all the cars are exactly the same all around the world. The same cars, same tyres, same engines, everything is identical. So you can swap and race in Asia and then jump in a car in Europe and it's exactly the same, which is a huge benefit. And then you get these guys that are sort of one-make cup experts that go around the world, and they're a great gauge, and they're also a great gauge for Porsche as a manufacturer, because even if you're outside of Europe, they're always watching the results, and it's one of the keystones of the motorsport platform for them is the Carrera Cup, and it's one of the most important things. So whenever you're doing a race, they're all watching, which is really, really cool to know as a young driver coming up, that if you're beating one of those reference drivers, they are watching you and you're starting to come up on that radar. Coming out of the single-seater stuff, it was really important grounding as a young driver. I think it's good that everyone gets a grounding in some sort of single-seater background to learn the finesse, but when you go into Carrera Cup, it really teaches to look within yourself. You've got all the same equipment, and it's really about how you get the most from yourself. The cars aren't perfect in every single corner, and you don't have much tunability with the car, so it's about really learning to adapt as your driving style, and that adaptability is what's so key to becoming a good endurance driver, is looking within yourself, learning how to adapt around sometimes not such a perfect car, and getting the most from you, and that's what really makes you strong as an endurance driver against your teammates, is that adaptability and knowing how to copy another driver and get the best out of yourself. I think the race fans in North America are absolutely going to love Carrera Cup. Obviously you've got this great mix of young kids that are fighting for their career, so right up front they are no holds barred. They're not afraid to use the bumper, or they're learning how to use the bumper coming from a single seater. So it's really wild, it's great excitement for everyone, and I love the racing. It's so close. Often you get 10, 15 cars all within 1 second of each other as well. So sometimes you wouldn't even know who's going to qualify on pole each weekend, which randomizes the grid all the time and makes fantastic racing.